Stephanie, thank you so much for your service on SWCAA's Board of Directors. Can you tell us a little about your career background and how that led to your service on so many wonderful community organization boards?
I started volunteering many years ago, actually, when I was in high school. I was motivated to volunteer, and I did. I didn't particularly volunteer through college or in the beginning of my adult life, but when I had children, when I had a child, I did volunteer to get a school crossing guard to get so my daughter could walk to school by herself. And that whole process led me to my first job or my first volunteer assignment when I became a volunteer going to the Norwalk PTA Council. Um, and I learned a lot about organization there. I met a lot of people in the community, and I gained a lot of insight into how things work. Um, and I volunteered in the Norwalk community. I was on the League of Women Voters. I was in other civic organizations and did a lot of other work. We moved after about 9 years to another community. We moved to Westport. And it was time for me to go back to work outside of the home. So I went to my first interview, which was for the executive director of Literacy Volunteers. You have to understand that this was a startup organization, and I was the first staff person to be hired. So and it was a part-time position, which fit in with my life. I went for the job interview, and lo and behold, everyone there, who were all board members of Literacy Volunteers, knew who I was and knew of my work, and I knew them. So I think I had a leg up and I got the position. I worked there, and through that work, I met many other community people. And when it was time to change positions, I went to work at Norwalk Community College in the Extended Studies Department. And again, when I went for that job interview, the people who were there knew me from my past work. Um, then I was time to change again, and I went to work at the Human Services Council, which was a coordinating council on a regional basis, mid Fairfield County, and did work on all of the community issues: aging, adults, children, homeless people, and coordinated services. So there too, I got a lot of experience in program development and program evaluation and all kinds of things. Community organization. I guess that's really what I was, a community organizer. When I left the Humans, we were not allowed to be on any boards or anything because we were a neutral organization. However, when I left the organization, I received many requests to come on the board, which was very flattering because I never quite saw myself like that. Um, and I have to say, I enjoyed all of my work because it was work in the community and it was making a difference. Not me particularly, but the work that I did made a difference in the community. So I went on, I think, two boards: Elder House and Action Housing, because at the Human Services Council, I had also developed affordable housing. And not that I knew how to do that, but the volunteers helped me do that. Um, and I was on those boards and worked in the community. And then I knew a woman, Jean Franklin, who was on the board of SWCAA then. She asked me if I wanted to go on the advisory council because she knew that I knew the Mid Fairfield area well. So, and I said yes, I was up for the challenge. And I went on the advisory council. So I thought that that was great work. I learned a lot myself about senior services in Fairfield County and how they were funded. And I participated in the allocations committee as part of that, and so forth. And it was that's how I came to volunteer.